A proportion is when two ratios are equal. So in a ratio, remember, you can write it as 3 to 5, 3, write the word 2 in between to 5, or 3 out of 5. So when we're writing a proportion, we're going to write the ratios using this form. So here's an example of a proportion. 3/5 is the same thing as 6/10. In a proportion, the cross products, this is a new vocab, are equal. So cross products means when you multiply across, they're equal. So if we check this one, 3 times 10 is 30. 30 equals 5 times 6. So I'm going to rewrite this with letters. So if you had A divided by B equals C divided by D. Across from each other, the products, so products means multiply, are equal. So A times D equals C times B. So we can use this to solve problems. So to solve this proportion, I'm going to circle the numbers or letters or variables that are across from each other. So this is going to be x times 6 equals 4 times 9. 6x equals 4 times 9 is 36. So now I have to solve for x. Since this is multiplying, I'm going to divide both sides by 6. So x equals 6. And then over here, I'm going to circle the diagonals across from each other. So it's going to be h times 3 equals 2 times 9. Instead of writing h times 3, I'm going to write 3h equals 18. Divide both sides by 3, h equals 6. And then number 3, circle the diagonals. 4 times 55 equals 5 times t. So 4 times 55. Well, 55 times 2 is 110. So 110 times 2 is 220 equals 5t. So I divide both sides by 5. So up here I forgot to record it. So I did determine whether the two ratios form a proportion. So if the two ratios form a proportion, their cross products are equal. So what I did was does 6 times 6, because these are across from each other, equal 4 times 9. Does 36 equal 36? Because 6 times 6 is 36 and 4 times 9 is 36. And it equaled. So yes, they form a proportion. Number 2, I circled the cross products, 15 and 7, and then 20 and 5. Are they equal? No, so they don't form a proportion. And then down here on the bottom, set up and solve a proportion to answer the following questions. At discount copy, 12 copies cost 66 cents. So right now I'm going to write a ratio that 12 copies cost 66 cents. So I'm going to write the units together. 12 copies cost 66 cents. Melissa needs 56 copies. How much will they cost? That's going to be X. So we don't know how much it cost. So I'm going to set up a proportion. This equals, if I want to know how much it costs, I have copies on the top and cost on the bottom. So I'm going to put X on the bottom because it's going to match up with the cost down here. So, and I'm going to put 56 copies on the top. So I'm keeping my units together. If copies is on the top over here, I'm going to write copies on the top over here. If cost is down here, this is going to be my X because I want to know how much it cost. Because I have two equal ratios, this is a proportion, I'm going to set the cross products equal. So 12 copies times X is 12X equals 56 times 0.66. So I did 56 times 0.66 is 36.96. So then I divided both sides by 12 and I got 3.08. So $3.08. Because it read how much will it cost, I need to answer with money. So number 2, we're going to write a proportion. So on a recent day, the exchange rate for US dollars to European euros was $1.32 per euro. So this is going to be my ratio. $1.32 per 1 euro. A euro is a money currency that they use in Europe. Just like we use dollars, they call them euros. On that day, how many euros, so that's going to be our X, would you get for $25? So we're going to put our $25 on the top because we're keeping our money on the top. And the X, euro, is going to be on the bottom. So I'm going to set the cross products equal. So it's going to be 1.32x equals 25. So to solve for x, you have to divide each side by 1.32. So on my calculator this is what I get on my calculator. I get 18.939393. It's repeating. So if I'm talking about money, I want to use 2 decimal places. So I'm going to round this to nearest hundredth. So I need to look at the 9, which tells me I need to round up. So it's money-wise, it's 1894 euros. So I should write euros. E-U-R-O-S.